So,
Yay.
Hi. We're
Hey,
a little
got it.
technical difficulty. We're starting 5 minutes late. Hi, Ron.
Hello.
And hello, Judith.
Hello, Frank.
Hi, Sidra.
Hello.
Hi, Sumner.
hi.
Hi, Jenny.
Hello, everyone.
Hi, Rana.
Hi, Frank. Hi, everybody.
Hi, Mary.
Hello, you can't hear me probably.
We hear you. We can't see you.
Okay. Maybe I can figure it out and maybe I can't. But if
I'm
you
sure
can't
you
see
will.
me,
You usually figure it out.
if you can't see me, that's okay too.
So how's everybody's week going? Or how did it go? Well, I guess we're at the end.
Can we just say we're glad it went?
You're glad it
Yeah,
went.
I'll go with that. It went. Yeah.
Yeah.
I couldn't attend last week, but this morning I watched last week's Zoom and boy, did you guys have fun.
Don't we all?
Yes.
Well, I got to see everybody's work that they were doing. Beautiful. And what was really funny is towards the end is your conversation about when you knit in public. And that was hilarious. Frank, you were, Ron, you were right on top of it.
Hello, Mary. We see you. Oh, now we don't.
Good.
We
Okay.
did a minute, and then it went away right when I told you we see you.
Oh,
So whatever you
Okay.
click again.
does that do it?
No, still don't see you.
Well, it doesn't want to hold on video.
Hi, Cindy.
There you go,
Now we
Mary.
see you, Mary.
Okay,
Cindy.
yeah.
Hi.
Hi,
Hi,
Cindy.
Cindy.
Welcome
Cindy.
back. We missed you last week, Cindy.
Thank you. Thank you. I missed you guys too, but we had a really nice time. We were in southern Idaho in a little tiny town that's only like 3,000 people. And we stayed at a little farmhouse that was an Airbnb. And the big elm tree out front was 110 years old. It
Oh,
was when they first brought irrigation to the area that they were able to plant these trees. And it was so quiet. It was so relaxing. It was really nice.
well,
And it was your anniversary, right?
Yes, it was our 45th anniversary.
That's
Oh,
one.
lovely.
And I've decided that I cooked for the first 45 years and then Jerry gets to cook for the second 45 years.
Good deal.
That go over.
that'll
Well,
work great
it's
until after
actually-
the first meal.
No, it's really funny. He was inviting his mom to come each night. He'd go and get her. She was just like 5 minutes away, and she would come. And he was cooking, and he cooked totally. And I just sat
Oh.
there and let him cook, and he actually did a really good job. It was wonderful.
That's great.
He's a
Good for you.
chemist, and so he actually can. He just
Ah.
never has.
Oh,
Wow.
So
I'm not
now the
waiting
cat is out of the
45 years.
bag. The cat is out of the bag, so he's going to do it more.
That's great.
If he's a kid,
He
What
just
did
poked
he
his head in and said the whole world doesn't need to know.
Well, I'm afraid the whole world knows now.
I know now. I mean, it's going to be on YouTube. Everybody will know.
Yes.
From here to Australia.
Oh, that's funny. So how's everybody doing today?
Great.
good, good.
Good, good. Is it cooler there, Ron?
No, it's the same temperature. It's 33 degrees right now, so warm.
Yeah, well, 2 weeks ago when I was last here, it was like 116 or something.
Yes,
It was
yeah.
really
No,
bad.
it's cooler than that. Now it's just normal hot.
Normal hot. Okay.
I can deal with this. What is it in Fahrenheit? 90 degrees, 92 degrees.
Oh.
Cakewalk.
Yeah, our mornings have been in the 40s.
Ooh. Well, it's been in the 40s at night, but it's getting up here to like mid 60s during the day. So
Yeah, let's see.
We're gonna have to start saying Fahrenheit or centigrade because it's getting
Well,
confusing.
somebody
Yes.
needs to have a thing set up here so that we can translate, because I cannot, I just know if it's like 0, that's freezing in centigrade, but
Yeah.
I don't know anything else about it.
It's 91 Fahrenheit here, 33 Celsius.
Okay, all right.
I don't know what it's been at night because I don't go outside at night. So I don't look. A mosquito might get me.
Oh,
Well, we're having what is considered a really warm day for San Francisco. It's 75.
ooh,
You're
that's pretty
matching
nice
Vancouver. What we've got right now.
Wow.
We're just outside.
Yeah, I'm 64 right now. So
Well, that's
very nice.
pleasant.
Yeah. If you were 64 Celsius, you would have a problem.
Yeah, 64 and sunny. Very nice. So I'm really liking the tubular bind off, which just adds the double stitch 4 rows before your Kitchener bind off, Frank.
Yes.
Yeah, I really, really like it.
Yeah, it is a nice bind off.
And my second iteration of your sweater, it just fits so gorgeous.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm binding off the sleeve now.
Is that the Andiamo light?
Yep,
Mhm.
And what color is that?
spinach. This is what Ron
Spinach,
got
okay.
me.
Yeah. We have to start specifying between Andiamo Celsius and Andiamo Fahrenheit.
That's right, exactly. Because some of us ordered the wrong one, and
Yeah.
I got a kind of a little bit of mildly hysterical call from Tim of, I don't think this is what you want.
I did the same thing. I got that mildly hysterical call from Ron. No, this isn't what you want, right?
But I appreciate that they checked rather than just
I
send
will.
it. It's kind of like, okay, the wrong
me
thing.
too.
It's like, okay, I don't know what I'm going to do with this.
Yeah.
Me too.
You make a very, very warm sweater.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I
So
do know from experience that Phrancko.com still generates perfectly well-fitting sweaters at the super bulky gauge though. So
yeah.
Okay, so we're good. We're good.
yeah, if you ever make that mistake with someone who won't fix it for you, you can still make a sweater.
I'm going to take Franco's idea and make a sweater with a large offset argyle
Mhm.
for my
Oh.
husband out of the Andiamo light.
Mm,
That's great.
And Kathy's website is already up and running that I can chart the pattern and put it into a Phrancko.
When you say my idea, you mean the
You gave me the idea.
idea?
You,
Sorry?
you actually had mentioned with an argyle, maybe I should try to put one argyle and have it wrap around the side.
Oh,
That was, you did that.
I don't
No,
know.
technically, if it doesn't work, it's your fault.
Yeah.
And it works out amazing.
Well, I'll
It was
take
my
the blame.
wonderful idea.
I don't think I'd take the credit. Hi, Denise.
Hi, Denise.
Hey, Phrancko. Hello.
Hi, Denise.
Hi, guys.
All right.
How's your day? We're ready for your weather update.
Yeah.
My weather update. It's cold. There was ice all over the cars this morning when I left work.
oh, no.
Oh, gosh.
Yeah. So that's why, we're a bit late home today. We had to do all the cars. And so
Australian
bit
winter.
frosty. Australian
Mhm.
weather. And we had our grand final yesterday for the football.
How'd it go? How'd you do?
Well, none of my teams were in it. So,
Okay.
Oh,
yeah, it was all right. It was whitewash.
I wait until the finals of sporting events to like go grocery shopping.
Ah,
Once
Oh,
everyone's at like eating their cocktail sausages, then I can go.
yeah.
yeah, there's less crowds there.
Yeah. To loop back to the question you asked before we started recording, Judith, I double checked, and yes, a lamb is a sheep that is under 1 year old.
Okay.
So at 1 year, they graduate.
Right, but lamb's wool can
Wait.
also be a lower micron count, can't it, Ron?
Yeah, before their first shearing, it generally is.
Yeah, okay.
So products like lamb's wool and kid mohair and Surrey alpaca all come from the respective animal
When they're
in its
young.
first shearing, in its first
Okay.
year of life, the first coating.
Okay. Okay.
And that's why it's more expensive, I suppose.
Yeah, there's less of it, and it's
Yeah.
of a finer quality. I really like lamb's wool. There are a few really nice. It has almost like cottony feeling, lamb's wool,
Mhm.
because of just the crimp and the staple of many breeds when they're lambs. There's a beautiful Scottish yarn called Lolland by Di Gilpin that is a beautiful 100% lamb's wool. I haven't had it on the floor for a while, but maybe I'll take it out soon. It's gorgeous, gorgeous.
I've just received yesterday a gift from my sister who went to visit Norway,
Mhm.
and she brought back some yarn for me. Which was,
Ooh,
I couldn't wait finishing working to play with it. Couldn't concentrate.
But
So
is it
What kind of yarn?
it's lamb's wool. It's called the Lamungarn Roma. I
from
don't know.
Rama, yeah.
Wait. I'm getting there. There we go. Lamulgarn. Rauma.
Yeah.
Oh,
Neat.
That literally just means lamb's wool yarn
Right.
Oh.
in Norse.
Right.
I'll be in
what are you going to
Norway.
make with it?
I'll be in Norway in a week and a half
Wow.
Oh,
Ooh.
wonderful.
for all of 2 days.
Well, you can
That's
find
long
some
enough to hit a
ramen
yarn
stores.
store.
I'm
That's
going
right.
to a place where they do the what do you call it? The putting the yarn together in a mill or something like that for a tour.
Mm.
Ooh,
Looking
very
forward to that.
fun.
Are you on a yarn knitting tour or something? What-
No, going on a Viking cruise
I see.
to Norway down to Spain.
That would be awesome.
Nice.
Yeah, so looking forward to it. My sister and I are going.
Oh, that's
Right.
wonderful.
Yeah.
Oh,
Love
wow.
cruises.
So I won't be here for most of October.
That's quite a
You have a
cruise.
really
You'll
good
be
experience.
cruising and having a lovely time.
Yep,
Yes.
enjoying my sister.
When do you leave?
We leave on the 6th and I'll be back home on the 23rd.
Mm.
Wow.
Okay, that
That's a
gives
cruise
me a
and a half.
deadline to get this newsletter out. I want to get it out before you leave.
Okay.
I need something to prompt me, you know?
Some incentive or something like that.
That's right. In case anybody didn't know, Sidra is our next featured Phrancko sweater knitter in the newsletter. And I haven't put out a newsletter since last January. I'm way overdue. I just got lazy.
Join the crowd.
Newsletters are hard. Not to do, but to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
People ask, they come in, like, you have a newsletter that goes out? Technically, yes.
You don't hold me to it.
When it goes out, just if you need to know something about the shop, email me.
Yeah. Well, apparently it affects my marketing. I mean, my lack of marketing affects sales on the website, and it's been underwater for several months now.
Ooh.
Not that it matters a lot, because when it's profitable, I make $10 or $20 a month. I'm always right on the edge of being not profitable.
Hear that, everyone? Knit faster.
That's right.
So I've been knitting socks, as you know, and
Yay.
I've really enjoyed it, and I have some questions for you sock knitters, because I'm really new to this.
Okay.
So first, let me show you the sock. This was the yarn I got in
Oh,
Switzerland. And that's the first sock finished.
Oh, that's fun.
And here's the second sock.
Oh,
It's just completely random color changes.
They're fraternal.
And it's I think it's kind of fun.
Yeah.
so even the black is a random color change?
All
You're
of
not-
it is, yes.
Oh my
have
goodness,
not
I thought that you were
I have not
changing.
changed the yarn at all. It's all
wow.
this one ball. As you can
Oh,
see,
that's
there's black
amazing.
in there, and there's
Yeah.
blue,
it
and
is.
there's some more of this green down in there somewhere. See the
Okay.
green?
mhm,
Very
mhm.
cool, very cool.
I'd love
Fun.
that
Yeah.
for a sweater.
I don't know if I'll get to the green on the second sock because I'm halfway down the foot almost. Anyway, my question is about heels.
Oh, goody.
I did a traditional heel, you know, regular, what do they call it, with a gusset.
Mhm.
And a flat, yeah.
The first pair of socks I did, the yellow and black socks. And then I think Sumner or somebody mentioned the short row heel. So I looked up short row heels in a couple of books and decided I was going to give that a try. And I have put short row heels in these socks and I like it a lot. But now I've found out that there must be 8 different ways to do the short rows. I mean, there's just a multitude of ways to do it.
If not 20. Yeah.
At least. And I'm not real happy with any of the ones I've done. See that those look like holes,
Mhm.
Mhm.
and it's slightly different than this side.
Mm.
Yeah, when you curl them over.
And then I don't know if you can see this one, you know, you can't see that in the black, but
It's black.
it's not any better. I did a slightly different yarn over. So then I started doing some research this week on other forms of short row heels, and I have come across something called let me get it right. Where is it? The shadow wrap short row heel. Shadow wrap.
Mhm.
Has anybody ever heard of that or done that?
No.
I haven't done it, but I've heard about it. I saw a video from Roxanne Richardson.
Yeah.
Oh,
She compared different type of short rows. Yes, short rows. She has a sample and that shows how it looks different or not. So maybe it could help you.
I
I'll
think
look
I've
at that.
done it.
I did
Yeah.
I did find this lovely person named let me get it right. Denise DeSantis. I've never seen her videos before, but I've watched a couple of them now, and she seems like an excellent teacher. She's very conversational and anyway, she has a whole class on knitting socks, multiple videos, and one of them is on the short row, the shadow wrap short row heel. So I'd like to see how that works. Her concern was exactly the same as mine, that the two sides don't necessarily match each other, and they may have holes in them or don't look evenly knitted or something.
What short row method were you using on your short row heel there?
I don't know if it has a name.
Did you do a yarn over?
I did a yarn over on each end and
Yeah.
then knitted.
Yarn over short rows, I guess.
Have you
Yeah.
ever done a German short row, Phrancko?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
That was my first and original favorite short row.
Okay.
So, have you seen the fish lips kiss heel?
Fish lips.
Kiss
Kiss
heel.
heel. Yeah.
No.
So that is,
I've
I
done
use that
those.
all the time.
That's
It's
the ones that I've done.
And that is that shadow wraps. It might be shadow wraps.
They call it she calls it a double stitch.
Yes,
So
but I
Yes.
think
I don't know
might be shadow
what
wraps.
it is.
The shadow wrap
Yeah.
is fundamentally, it's structurally a lifted increase.
Yes, so this is similar to that. Yes, you kind of do a lifted increase and leave it on there, and then you have like a whole row of lifted increases, and then you go along and knit them all, and then go back and do another row, and then you do them in reverse for the decrease shaping.
Mhm.
Jenny, could you type that name into the chat so I have a record of it and I can make sure I put it in the comments for the video?
Okay, so I can
And
find
also,
the
would I
chat.
like to look it up myself and make sure I have the right term?
So-
The pattern is available on Ravelry and it's $1. It's more kind of like a recipe for how to do a sock, but it's $1 is the
The
cost.
developer has a deep misunderstanding of how copyright works.
So what's the pattern name, or how do I find it on Ravelry?
Fish
So I can-
lips kiss heel.
Fish, lips, kiss,
Kiss. Mhm.
heel.
Heel.
Now, Arna from Arna and Carlos does a
Mm.
lifted increase short row.
Yeah.
And it's actually pretty straightforward because there's no wrap and turn.
Mm.
Mhm.
You just decrease and change direction.
Yep.
And then on your purl side, you're doing a lifted increase. So you make up for the short. Now, they have a great video from Arna and Carlos, and you can buy that pattern on his website. I like a traditional heel. But I was actually going to swatch it.
It's interesting that you said it was a lifted stitch, because that's what the shadow wrap looks like. It looks like you're doing a lifted increase.
Yes.
Yeah.
On Arna's, he's not. So he's not doing a wrap and turn. So he's literally just going to the end, changing direction, slipping a stitch, going to the end, changing direction, slipping a stitch. But then on the purl side, he's doing a lifted increase to make up for the
Mhm.
Oh, so he only does that on the
lifted increase on the purl side,
Okay.
That's odd.
not
That
on the knit
it's
side.
completely different.
It is completely
there-
different. And I was going
Yeah.
to swatch it because it looked interesting and there's no holes.
Ah,
And it's the same on both sides because you're just where you're doing your lifted increases.
I see.
Sumner, have you ever done Kat Vorty's sweet tomato heel?
Yes, I did that
Okay.
when I did Maggie's sweater. That's how I
Yeah.
did her bust. Her bust was
Okay.
big tomato heel,
Mhm.
which I loved because you knit a hole around and you end up in the round where you need to do an increase again.
Mhm. Yeah, I read through the thing and I watched a little video on it, and it looked pretty interesting way to do a heel. That she is just doing these little wedges
Mm.
Yeah,
and like
like
doing
tomato
3
wedges.
little wedges.
Yeah.
It's almost like an invisible dart.
Yeah,
Like
and she was
if you would have
doing it.
dart in a bust, it's like an invisible dart. But
Yeah, she was doing it for, I want to say like 2/3 of the stitches of the sock.
Yep.
And it sounded like from how it was explained that it was really nice for people that have a high instep, and I do. And so I was thinking of trying that one.
Cindy, would you write that name into chat also?
Mhm.
And
Kat,
by
sweet
the way,
tomato.
I just looked up on Ravelry, Fish Lips Kiss Heel, and I find a pattern by Socks Therapist that's
That's it, yeah.
$2.49.
Oh, now she's up the price. When I
Yeah.
got mine, it was only $1.
Yep, that's what mine
Oh,
was.
oh. And then she says, please feel free to use code $1 if your financial circumstances are challenging and you can only afford $1.
That's beautiful.
That's funny.
That's great.
And don't be put off if you do get it. There's about 10 pages of instructions, because the whole thing is a sock recipe as a whole, and a part of it is the heel, but the rest of it is all about how you work out how many stitches you need and when you need to start the heel, and how much width you need, and if whether or not you need to gusset. So there's all sorts of information in there. It's not just about the heel. It's a
Wow,
whole
it sounds
sock
like a whole
recipe.
book.
That's a lot of
Yeah.
information for $1.
Yeah,
It
$2
really
something
is
else.
like
or
it.
even $2.49.
9 cents.
And
Yeah.
I've done socks with that were from like a 3-year-old up to an adult male.
Yeah.
Because she shows how you're supposed to like trace the foot and what parts you're supposed to measure and how
Yeah.
things are supposed to be. And it really is, it's a recipe. It's not just like, okay, cast on 64 stitches and
Yeah.
it's not like that.
And does it work for both toe up and cuff down socks?
Yeah. Yes, absolutely. Yeah. But I've got to the point now that I can now do the heel without thinking.
Mhm.
So I don't need I don't need the instructions at all now. So because it's the only heel I use. So when I get to the heel, I just know in my head how to do it and how many stitches to do it over.
Neat.
Let me go and grab a pair of socks.
We-
I've got one pair that's mine and I can show you what it looks like.
Good idea.
It looks great in the picture and the pattern. I just purchased the pattern. I purchased it for $2.49, by the way, in case anybody.
Splurged out.
That's very kind of you.
Actually, my socks are so worn, you can't even see. So she's got the fish lips, his heel on, but they're so worn that you can't see.
Oh,
Oh,
nice.
nice.
Yeah,
Very nice.
yeah. But that's the weak spot, if you would think there would be one right on the corner,
Yes.
but there's no hole there at all.
Okay. And
Yeah.
they wear better than the one with the heel flap?
I find them more comfortable. I don't know whether they wear any better. I've never had any wear out.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and I wear my socks all the time, every day. I only wear handmade socks,
wow.
so they get a lot of wear.
Well, I'm not finding mine. I think I've got them in the Christmas box because I put away mine are red and white striped. And all the other pairs that I've made, I've given away to the kids. So sorry about that.
Hi, Walter. You snuck in here.
Yes, I did.
Hey.
You came in the middle of a discussion about socks.
I know. I've been listening.
Uh,
I'll agree with Sumter. I've seen the video on Hal Carlos, and he does it very uniquely. So it's an interesting video. You should watch that.
Yeah, I mean, I'm definitely gonna swatch it and see. Because I got this really beautiful, like turquoise, bright color yarn.
Ooh.
And then I pulled out some zeros, but it'll be too small. I'll probably do it on 3s because the yarn is really, now it reads very blue here. It's got a much more green teal to it.
Oh, no, it looks really blue.
It looks really
Yeah.
blue.
It's not really blue. It's got a green teal to it. But
what weight is that?
oh, that's just fingering, but it wants to knit on a 0. It really does.
High twist.
So why are you doing it on a 3? Didn't you say you're doing it on a 3?
Well, I'm trying it out. I'm doing this because I will even swatch my socks.
I see.
In swatching it, it really does want to knit on a 0. I'm almost going to have to either double the stitches in the sock.
Oh,
Instead of 72, it's going to have to be, because that's 32 stitches.
Hmm.
Wow.
So that, I mean, it almost wants to be lace weight. but to get a nice sock-like fabric. So, I mean, not really into doubling the stitches, but
Well, maybe you just double the yarn.
yeah, then it might be too thick. I really want to try a nice kind of dress pair of socks out of it. So if it's 108 stitches around, it's 108 stitches around. No big deal. We'll
If you
see.
knit that fast, it won't matter.
Well, it really won't. I mean, this sweater has been 2 full weeks.
2 full
Wow.
weeks. Oh my, taking you forever. My
I
goodness.
think you'll be surprised, Sumner, at how much those stocks. It doesn't look a lot on the needle, but by the time you've knitted an inch or so in that, I think you'll be really surprised at how much give those socks are, because you want a good negative ease for your socks.
Right.
You may
So I
need
do
a
want
few
to
more
try
stitches.
a full tube of a swatch,
Yeah,
like to see how much it will actually give around the ankle.
yeah.
Well, and also block it and see how the yarn blooms or does after it's
Yeah.
been washed.
Yeah, so I mean, so I'm still going to give it a good swatch on the zeros to
Yeah.
see how does it actually react, because and it's Ginny who got me trying to do it on the zeros because she does all her socks on zeros.
Yeah. And you will be surprised at how big they are for 72 stitches. So for me, mine are only 58 stitches on zeros, and that's
Okay.
plenty big enough. Yeah.
Okay, well, I'll give it a go.
Yeah.
And the worst that happens, it's only a sock. Who cares? You know.
Yeah.
Here's how far I am on the Phrancko sweater.
Oh,
very
nice.
And this is 3 weeks today.
That's good. That's fast.
That looks awesome.
Yeah.
And
Love
that
the
is,
color.
Jody
Gorgeous.
Long Chow. Yeah, it's turning out really nice. It's got a really interesting how the
Can you give it a good
pieces are
stretch?
really
For us,
fine
a good
stuff.
widthwise stretch. Is it springy?
Yes, it's real springy. It's real. It's great. It's great. Yeah, I really like it. And I had her try it on, and the fit is just perfect, and she loves it. So like, it's great.
Cindy, did you adjust the neckline to make it deeper?
No.
Awesome. Okay.
Snippy snip.
Speaking of making adjustments, did anyone see the question that on the Ravelry forum that I think TFL Chick posted, saying that she makes adjustments to add structure to the neck and upper back or something, and wondered if other people had found the need to do that?
For
Anyone
this
see that
pattern?
post?
For Phrancko
Neck and the upper
sweater?
back
When did she
structure.
post?
No.
Yeah, let me bring that up and read it, because
When you put a collar on, why do you need structure? That's your structure. Why would you need to do something different?
here's what she says, exactly. I'll rather than paraphrase it. Here's a question for general discussion, which is why I'm bringing it to you guys. I find that because of the top-down construction, I need to provide a little extra shoulder and back neck support in my designs come finishing time. So that neither area gets pulled out of shape when I'm putting on a sweater. This isn't an issue for me. I have a solution that works for me, but I wonder what other knitters are doing, if anything, to minimize any kind of stretching out in the shoulder and neck area that they may discover.
Does she say what particular Phrancko?
No, she doesn't.
Or even, is it a Phrancko?
It is a
Yeah.
Phrancko. She knits only
It is,
Phrancko
okay,
sweaters,
okay,
and
all
she
right.
since she did her
I've not
first one and
had
loved
any-
it. I love the pictures of her in them if you've seen any of them.
Okay.
I've not had any problems with it. I mean, I do feel like I do the cast on for the shoulders, for the back shoulders and stuff. I do it a little bit firm. I don't do it real loosey-goosey. so that it is that so that long tail cast on is nice and firm. And but then all the other stuff, the way that it's picked up, it's got quite a bit of structure in it. I've never had problems with any of the sizes or ones that I've done.
So
And yeah, I've, oh, go ahead.
I've not done a Henley, but I would think that your Henley is the same as your crew neck.
Mhm.
And I
Yeah.
think
Yeah,
that
see, I've done a Henley.
you
I
were
haven't
original
done a
cast on,
I haven't done the saddle shoulder, but I have done the Henley.
right, and the saddle
and-
shoulder is structure, that's what it is.
Yeah, so I haven't
Um,
had anything with that.
Well, the saddle shoulder has that type of cast on only in the back neck itself, right? Otherwise, it's picked up on the edges of the shoulders here.
Mhm, mhm.
But even
Right.
then, I've knit and given away and worn 2 saddle shoulders and haven't had that as an issue either. But I
Mhm,
think
yeah.
in fact, my cabled cast on is often so rigid, probably based on the yarns I'm using and the fact that I'm a tourniquet knitter, that sometimes I use a backward loop cast on the front neck so that there's enough give and the collar isn't like unpleasantly stiff. So I do the opposite. I put less structure in my front neckline because my cast-ons are rigid. But there's the little guy right here, and it's not like,
Mm-mm,
even the
no.
fact that it doesn't have a cast-on in there. It's not. But maybe just a matter of what style of knitter you are and how much tension you knit with.
Or what yarn you're using.
Yeah,
and
yarn.
that
I
sort
was
of
just
thing,
gonna say
too.
that. Maybe she uses a very fine yarn.
Yeah.
Was
I
this
mean,
done?
I'm pretty much a gauge knitter. Like, if the yarn ball says that's the gauge, that's my gauge,
Really?
pretty much.
No,
I'm nowhere near.
I'm rebellious.
Never, almost never. For me.
I knit tightly. I didn't even check the ball at this point.
I'm pretty
I get it.
close.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's so you can see. I don't know. I've never
Yeah,
found
I'm rarely.
whenever I've worn any of them. My only one that sort of seems to have a tendency to like want to drape off the shoulders is my big V-neck cardigan, but it's a big V-necked cardigan. That you can't put that much structure in it because up here it's just open, right? So it's not coming off the shoulders back here. It's opening in the front.
Your sweater is beautiful, Ron.
Yes.
This old thing.
So thing.
Yeah, I'm ready to give it to my dad. As soon
You
as
will love it.
I was supposed
Yeah.
to drive him down to
Yeah.
Cedar Sinai for an appointment Thursday, but he decided not to go because his current medication isn't working properly. But
Love
yeah,
that
it's all
design.
fixed up and it blocked beautifully, and
Mm.
even in the stranded section,
Wow.
the
Wow.
You have to be very impressed with that.
well, you don't have to be, but it's nice.
It's nice.
No, I
They'll
was
let you
impressed
be.
by it myself. Like, I mean, I've mentioned before that I really like stranded knitting, so I have a certain amount of practice with it. But even then, that is a stretchy, stranded knit.
Yeah, for stranded, that's not tight. That can't be a tight knit. That's beautiful.
So I'm
great.
excited for him to try that on. I wonder what her solution is that she's found for herself.
Well, that's exactly how I responded. I said, if you tell us your solution, it'll help us understand better what the problem is that you're addressing. So I hope she'll come back. But I'd like to show you her sweater. I asked her if I could show this picture around, so I'm not. It's okay that I think I have permission to show you this, and it's really great. This is her first Phrancko sweater. Oops, I missed it. Wait a minute. I go to Zoom and share the screen, and here.
Oh, that's really nice.
That is-
Oh,
Does she tend to knit cardigans? Oh, I love that button band, or it's not even a button band, it's just a front band.
hmm.
Yeah, that's
Mhm.
That nice,
Very nice.
beautiful
treatment.
sweater.
That's got, oh, the hem. She's got lovely details.
Uh-huh.
Oui, ouais.
Hmm.
Cuffs.
yeah.
Hmm.
I don't know. The only thing I do is I put a seam, like a seam in the sweaters, like a
Yeah.
faux seam.
Uh-huh. To give some more structure to the body, I take it.
Well, I just like the way that it looks. I don't
see.
think it actually lends anything. And maybe it'll help it lay flat. I don't know.
Yeah,
But
some people say it helps it from biasing if you've got a highly energized yarn
yeah, I guess.
too.
I really enjoyed on this particular sweater that I shaped it in right under the arm, and then I shaped it in again, and the fit is phenomenal. I cannot wait to send you a picture of it, Franco.
Oh, I'd
It
love to
is,
see
I
it.
am thrilled with the fit on this sweater.
Oh, wonderful.
I
Yeah.
wonder if the structure issue she means, because now that seeing that she's got the cardigan, does she knit them as cardigans? Does she have other ones? Because maybe it's like the thing I was mentioning with my V-neck cardigan where it does want to come off the front shoulders, but that's because I made it a cardigan.
She does have others. Let's see.
I guess it doesn't pay to speculate. She'll tell us. Oh, she'll tell you.
It's also a cardigan that I see.
Yeah.
Let's see.
The structural fix for a cardigan is to make a raglan sleeve. That's your structural fit. But I mean, if you need that.
Oh, that's nice.
Oh,
Lovely.
That
Oh,
all over
very nice.
pattern.
Oh,
Wow.
I love the
Wow.
pattern.
Mhm.
Oh, yeah.
The pattern detail is very, very nice.
Well, she certainly knows what she's doing.
Sure does. Look at that. Look at that shoulder. It's not a saddle shoulder, but it has an interesting design. I mean,
Mhm.
a texture at the top.
Well, because doing that pattern going up on the shoulder is really hard to do. So it's her break that she did.
That's right.
Yeah, it happens when it was put in the round for knitting and in hand spun, no less.
Wow.
Ooh.
Ah. So much talent.
Yeah.
Folks, my battery is about to die, so I'm going to leave you for this evening.
Uh-oh.
Oh, dear.
No. Oh.
It's good to see you, Jenny.
Hi, Jenny.
Get charged up.
Yeah, I'll see you all next week.
Okay.
Yeah.
Jenny.
Bye-bye, Jen.
Jenny.
Bye,
Good
Jen.
night.
Right.
So who else has something they'd like to show us? We have about 10, maybe 15 minutes left.
I'm only swatching my new yarn. This is the first time I work with lamb's wool. Is it, Ron, is it gonna get softer after I wash it? I thought lamb wool would be softer than what I'm.
It is almost certainly, I mean, is it Norwegian Highland sheep? Do you know what kind of or Norwegian sheep?
No, I'd have to check if they.
Yeah. Because I carry in the shop here Rauma's Finnel garn, which is a Shetland style 2-ply that I use for like fine color knitting, but it's not what you would call like soft. It's not like buttery on the skin. So almost certainly the lamb's wool is softer than what comes off the adult sheep, but it is sort of it's not a luxurious hand feel breed, but it is very warm and grippy and makes beautiful stranded color.
Yeah.
You want to show us the color of your yarn, Judith?
It's I don't know if there's a name. There's a number.
I see.
Sorry.
Like a
It
beautiful
doesn't.
light
The
blue
light doesn't. Yeah, it's a pale green. It's a
green, huh?
whitish mint, but
Ah,
it doesn't show that way with the yellow light here.
I see.
My mind. For a moment, I thought you said whitefish mint, and that was not a salad I wanted.
I might say something beyond
Just
like
like
that.
no,
It
no.
could
Little
happen.
I now,
fish.
no, no. I eventually picked up that you said whitish mint, but I was like, on a bagel. I,
With the spinach sweater from Sumner, it's a
Yes.
good meal.
Yes.
Right. Who else has something they'd like to show us?
I'm binding off a sleeve treatment that I was working on, which I'll try and well, I guess you can see. It's got DPNs in it. But so here's a little, well, it had DPNs in it.
They're on the floor now.
That happens.
Oh, no, I just knocked a DPN off of my desk. That's fine. So beep, beep, beep.
Oh, how cute. Look how small.
What I've done, what I wanted to see about doing was making little puff sleeves in the
Oh,
frame.
yeah.
How cute.
Mhm.
Do you see that?
Man,
Oh, all
Yeah,
right.
sweet.
Yeah.
sort of with a
Oh.
kind of a
Yeah,
very together kind of
subtle
almost.
puff
Mhm.
sleeve by
Yeah.
doing sort of intense stacked increases. So you can see it'll have like a cute little.
It is cute.
Yeah, it is cute.
Is that still a Phrancko pattern?
It
Did
is
you
indeed.
modified it?
Yes, sir.
Wow.
Wow.
Because I don't, in case you can't tell what I'm up to when I make things out of Phrancko things, and then I've been working on putting together the designs I've been working on as well. But I like to make things for people who come in here to the shop who are in like at the transitional stage of their knitting, who are ready to pick up some more technical stuff, but kind of intimidated by a lot of things. So this effect is just created by extra increases. So I picked up the number of stitches. This is a modified version of the sample pattern available on your front page.
Okay.
This is the Happy Baby.
Right.
And what I've done is just when I picked up the requisite number of stitches on the shoulder, then I spent 2 rounds of the knitting adding that number of stitches again.
Oh, you doubled it.
Actually, this
Oh.
measurement is triple. First it's doubled and then knit 1, increase, whatever. So it increases in every stitch and then in every other stitch on those first 2 rounds.
Oh,
Creates a very subtle,
Oh,
like I presume you could go really far with it if you like doubled the stitch count for 3 rounds.
right.
Have a huge like 80s style prom dress,
Mhm.
or like a Regency gown. If you will make like a Bridgerton dress for your baby.
Dress.
This is just Phrancko as written with one little modification that should be pretty approachable to early intermediate knitters.
And what did you do to get the number of stitches back down to what the pattern assumes that is there, since you put all these increases in?
Math. No, I knew
And where did you do the decreases? I assume you did.
here at, because the sleeves just go to here.
Oh, I see.
I'm binding them off now. When I started the lower ribbing,
Uh-huh.
I decreased those stitches out.
Oh, I
And
see.
it happened that this was 10 stitches that got picked up. So it had 20 extra stitches in it. So I just decreased 20 stitches around when the time came to put the cuff on.
I
So
see.
it's back to the correct size for the bicep.
Right.
I'm pleased with it. It's a cute little thingy. I don't know. It came to me when I was pacing around the yarn shop waiting for an idea to come.
And one came.
in one place. And
Very
I'm
cute.
making like a 4-inch long waistline. So just at the ribs, there's ribbing that alternates the it syncopates the pearls and knits switch for 4 inches at the bottom. So fold the sleeves on the chest and then
And pull in.
4 inches of
Oh, how
ribbing.
cute.
Quite a bit on a child.
Hmm.
And we'll see how it looks. I'm just doodling.
Very nice.
Hmm.
Can I ask Cindy a question about socks?
You can
Please.
try.
What's your favorite cast on? Or
I actually use, and I did it for the ones that I just started. I use Suzanne's twisted long tail cast on. It's a new
Okay.
one that she did. And so you cast on in pattern, but you do a twist in each one in between. Let me grab the thing here. I'm doing the double circulars. I'm practicing. I didn't get much done because it's hard to do it in the car when it's so bumpy. A bunch of roads were not really great when we were driving.
no.
But here's the little sock that I was doing.
Oh, cute.
And then here's the cast on, and it looks actually quite nice because it is in pattern, but it's also got, with Suzanne's, it's got a twist. And so it really stretches out a lot.
Quite a bit.
Goes back really nice. Yeah, it stretches out really good. So it's
Oh,
not
that's
tied
neat.
over my foot at all.
So
And,
that's on our
I really
website?
like it.
Yes.
It's on her YouTube. Yeah. And
And
it's
on her
it's
YouTube?
twisted long tail cast on.
Oh, I'll have to
And
look it up. Okay.
It doesn't flare. That's how
Nice.
No, it doesn't flare.
Okay.
Sweet.
Okay.
Thank you. And thank you, Suzanne, if you're watching.
Mhm.
I use an old Norwegian. It's called the Old Norwegian cast on.
Okay.
And it's a long tail cast on. It's a little more complicated to do than the standard cast on, but it's a very stretchy cast on, and it looks pretty much the same as well, maybe not. I don't know what it looks like. Let me see if I can show this. So I used it on this, and you can see it
No,
stretches.
So it does really good. Yeah.
It's really a really nice stretchy cast on.
I use a super stretchy cast on. I don't even know what you call it. I've been doing it for so many years. But it's like a long tail. You do your V.
Mhm.
You scoop all the way down and around. Then you go through, round, then up. I don't know.
Guess what that's called?
Oh,
What-
yeah.
Oh, the Old Norwegian cast on. That's exactly it.
No way.
Yeah,
Oh,
that is the one. That is the cast on that I use.
Oh,
Oh, the Old.
well, that's what I
Norwegian.
use.
And I find that twisted cast on easier to work in the English method by twisting with the thumb and knitting into the hole when you're twisting in the twisted sock cast on.
mhm.
Okay. Well, and it's not in pattern though, but I've never really cared. It's a sock,
Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
If I,
yeah.
the only
mine-
one looking at that's
pattern,
me. You know what I mean?
Yeah, if they're getting that close to your ankles, they're too close.
Yeah, I think, but it does give a super stretch. And I think I like Ginny's idea, even the couple rows that I've done while I've been on the Zoom. This is very stretchy stuff. I might
Yeah.
not have to double this at all.
Yay.
This might be, that's
Oh,
a
look at
lot of
that.
stretch.
It's good.
Wow.
Yeah, so that might even work. We'll see.
There's a reason hosiery was knitted for so long.
Yeah.
Well, isn't this interesting? We have a Phrancko Zoom meeting devoted to socks.
Yeah. But funny thing about knitted socks is they don't slouch down. Like I don't have ever have any socks that like slouch down.
I'll send you some bamboo yarn.
They all kind of stay up, you know?
Nice rayon.
Yeah, I guess it would. I guess that would actually slouch down.
Okay, so here's a really naive question. The 2 pairs of socks I just knitted had ribbing all the way down and across the top of the instep. So what it's called, the instep,
Yes.
Yeah.
and the top of the foot. If the ribbing stopped after this much and went to stockinette, does that work? I mean, that's
It
what,
does work, and I've done it many, many, many times.
Fairly typical.
It
and it
makes a
doesn't
very
fall down.
comfortable sock.
uh-huh.
Yeah, it's of course a little bit wider gauge, right?
Right,
Because ribbing versus stockinette,
uh-huh.
but I still don't have any problem with them slouching down.
You have to make adjustments, like,
You need to make sure that your if you're swatching and everything, that your 10% or 15% negative ease is in the stockinette pattern.
Right.
Right, not the rib.
I see.
Yeah,
You do a 10 or 15%
if
negative.
I'm doing stockinette, I would go down a needle and leave everything else the same.
I see.
So if those are in a 3 or a 2, I'd go to a 1 or a 0. And then you don't have any issue at all, and they stay up and they're fine.
Cute.
I have never knit a pair of socks in my life.
I've knit like 2.
You
That's
have
it.
a
Years,
week.
that's
You
all
can
I
do it,
did.
Denise.
Yeah.
Well, after knitting about 16 or 20 sweaters, I'm really enjoying knitting socks because
They can be rewarding.
They're
When I
quick.
was pacing the yarn shop trying to decide what I was going to try and do next, like make a sample of something. No. Maybe I'll make a shawl again, and then I cast on this little sweater.
Yeah,
It's a
very
little
cute.
sweater. I found off the sleeve now, so you can see
Oh yeah, that's very cute.
the general shape of it.
Yeah,
And
that's
that would look really cute. That would look really,
Nice.
really cute on.
that's
Right.
just adorable.
That is very
Right.
adorable.
Yeah, that is cute.
Well, just a couple of minutes we'll take if anybody has something else they want to show us real quick.
No, we're good.
We're all good.
I have to share some pictures of my dad in his ham sweater.
Oh, yes.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Hopefully my mother won't start to feel left out again because I've just given her a sweater, but that's how it is with my parents. Because he'll go home and like rub it in.
Oh, yeah.
I'm just like, well, look at mine, because like he gave you a sweater, but mine is personalized. So,
Oh, nice.
and then my mother will call me and say, "Your dad said to me."
Yes, Mom.
My mom's name is Mother. Ever since
She'll
I was a
probably
child.
want one with stranded knitting now.
Ah.
I love stranded knitting, but maybe not on another sweater just like that.
Yes.
Frank,
Yes.
after you turn the recording off, can you stay online for a second?
Why, sure. I think I can do that. Why don't we all say goodbye and
Bye.
You
see
can
you
try.
next week?
Bye, everybody.
Night,
Bye,
everybody.
everyone.
Bye.
See you next week.
Thank you.
Bye, everyone.
Bye-bye.